Hello, and I'm back, and today I'm going to be answering a question that I get quite often, especially when events start. So people ask me, well, how do you always win the event? When I say win, I mean get all the prizes. So I usually, get all the prizes in one day, and people are quite curious about it, and I always explain it in the comments, but you know what, I thought maybe it would be simpler if I just made a whole video on this. There's 4 events in total. We have Thawfest, Summarhildr, Dreadfall, and Snoggletog. Each one correspond to their own season. I wanted to make this video now because Summarhildr is quite close, so people would be able to prepare for it. So I would definitely recommend getting ready for events before they actually come. That's what I do. You're gonna need the gems, and it's quite hard to get gems in the events. I have a video about that. If you want to see it, it will be in a link in the description. I will leave a whole playlist of tips for School of Dragons so you can find whatever you need. As I said, it's not impossible to get gems when events are there, but most gem prizes get replaced with whatever the currency is in the event, so it's a bit tricky. So events work in a way that you have a little icon here. When you click on it, you can see all the prizes. You need to go through all of them if you want the final prize, which is always the dragon. So what I do is I collect the gems. Most of the gems that I collect, I actually play battle events. So I have a bunch of videos on battle events. They're also in that playlist of tips in School of Dragons, so in the description if you want to know about battle events a bit more. So when you get gold in the battle events, I will open one of the chests. You usually get gems for the prizes, not always, but yeah, you can see usually you get like 50 gems. Sometimes you can even get lucky and get even more. That is most of my income of gems, but I also do stable quests, which are very, very useful. I also have a whole video explaining that. It's pretty much this that you're trying to collect, and you don't actually always need to send a light fear, you can also use the night lights. There is other ways to get gems, but I kinda think these two are the best and most efficient, and you'll get the most out of it. So I use those gems in a way that I kind of made it into a tradition. I buy 100 of the mystery item chests from each event. That's what I always do before I actually review the dragon, because obviously it helps me getting the dragon. Each event has their own mystery chest, which has some items that you can't get usually, you only can get them when the event is there. Most of those items I personally kind of deem useless, so I just get rid of them. I only keep what I really want, like some dragon skins and stuff, but most of it I just exchange. And exchanging is probably, I would personally say, the best way to actually get whatever currency you need. Obviously, this depends on your luck. What items will you get? How much of the currency do they exchange for? Some things are more valuable, some are less. You have those like legendary special types and stuff. But the good thing is from those you can actually get duplicates, so you can get a bunch of them. It's also very nice that all of the items that you get one year, you can exchange the next year. So it's not like, oh, you need to spend it all now. You don't. You can save if you have like extra items, then next year you're gonna have an easier time getting the prizes. Sometimes, unfortunately, buying those 100 chests is actually not enough, and then you can either, try to collect more gems, or you can get it with money. I only sometimes actually spend money on events. Usually, for the last few events, I have managed to actually not spend money because I prepared myself. So also in events, these little chests that you can open, like mostly with coins or sometimes with gems, those get replaced by chests in which you pay gems and you immediately get that currency. But obviously you get like a random amount. This is definitely not the best way, but it works. But from experience, I would still recommend, getting the mystery item chests. And also, for those chests, you need to, look for them, and if you don't know where they are, that's gonna be quite annoying. I know that many people also say in events that dragon tactics are a good way of getting the currency. I wouldn't really know because I don't really try it out. And of course there are also other things that you can do in events which don't require gems, but it's quite tedious because you gotta go every day to do it again and again, and it doesn't really give even that much. Battle events are just absolutely pathetic in events, like even the gold prize gives you barely anything. Gems are, I would argue, pretty much essential for events, obviously, if you want to get the dragon soon. If you actually grind every day, you can get the dragon probably without gems, but it's still, I am too impatient. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask, and yeah, anyways, that will be pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye!